Happy Sunday. How's everybody doing? Hope good. Hope you are having a fantastic November Sunday. It's beautiful where you are. Oh, so one shot out. Let's see what it is. Something that you know, something that secrets, high priestess energy, balancing out. I think that maybe you're trusting your intuition. We're in a time period right now that is very dependent on us using our intuition to guide us, as there's so much AI, there's so many things that, lying is easier for people, harder to detect. The truths about things, with the internet, it's just really hard to, it's gotten us into a lot of trouble. And those who are low vibration have really taken advantage of that. And so for us who want truths and want things to come to light, or to, gauge our lives off of being high vibration, we really have to depend on our intuition. And that's what the High Priestess card's about. Something that something that you are finding out, or that you are just trusting your intuition and you're kind of taking action on. But let's see where this is going for Cancers. I'm gonna shuffle again just because it stopped. There's an energy of enlightenment and something becoming bright and clear, truth, clarity. Okay, tell me about Cancer. Tell me about Cancer. Yeah, something that you knew about, that you figured out, some truth, and you walked away from it. You chose to stay high vibration, become stoic, and walk away from some type of collaboration or a situation in which it required your engagement of your energy, and that was being taken advantage of, I'm hearing. Okay, what is this about? Yeah, so it could be a friendship or some type of celebration. Maybe you switched timelines or went on a different path in a different direction. Okay, show me about this. The Three of Cups, the celebration, friendship, and reunions. What's this about? It could be about your feelings too, and about maybe your feelings have just really, you've had to really protect yourself and pull back. And so your feelings have really had to take a back seat in this situation, for somebody else, but feelings for yourself and taking care of yourself, more self-love, had to really kind of enter the scene. Let's see. Yeah, troubled emotional instability, inner conflicts, unrealistic expectations. This was about some type of deceptive intentions of somebody else, whether this be somebody in work or I think this is in a relationship. This could have been with a Leo energy. This could have been about power struggles, just on a different path than they are. This was somebody in your life who might have blocked your creativity. This could have been like a Casanova, a cheater. You used your intuition to get you the answers, and then the universe guided you to where you needed to be to fulfill, those answers, and allow you to see, take off the rose-colored glasses and allow you to see the situation for what it is. This could be in love. This could be with family. This could be with a job. This could be all of the above. And all of this is coming into play as the universe is using, Saturn's coming direct, or no, Saturn is direct now, along with the full moon. And just, it's a time in history where the energies and the universe is like, you've had enough time. What did you do with the lessons that I put out there for you? Did you learn from them? Did you succeed? Did you have success and grow from them? Did you fulfill them? Or did you just sit back on your laurels and waste time? Did you choose a different direction? Did you choose to incur karmic debt? Or did you decide to listen to your intuition, stay high vibration, remain neutral and stoic, so that you allowed the universe, you could receive, right? That's more of that feminine energy. feminine energy receives, masculine energy tries to control and resist. And there's a real lack. There's more of the masculine, but it is rebalancing now to where the feminine is going to try and balance that out. So what did you do with it? This is saying that were you were cautious and you were protective and you put you first instead of somebody else. And it looks like you were able to, or you're in the process, in this energy of letting go and releasing all of that your intuition balks at, or that your intuition tells you, this is not a good path for you. This is not going to take you somewhere that's going to be happy. Yes, your ego might want it, but it's not going to be something that you, it's going to be insincere, right? And right now, I think we're in the energy of really being authentic and really showing true colors and truth. I know that all of this has, happened in my own life, and I'm experiencing, I'm walking this journey right along, with you guys. So you're not forcing situations, you're allowing, right? And this will bring in even more blessings and opportunities. Remember that November is the month of opportunities. This will bring in more opportunities for you, ones that you couldn't have even dreamed of. So victim mentality, this, you're getting over this, because this is a 46 card, which is a 10. You're getting over these feelings of maybe, and I wouldn't say over, but you are accepting and realizing that it's part of the journey. These betrayal feelings, or these feelings of maybe you being defensive, or that the script has flipped on you, or that this wasn't the plan. This wasn't, like I've said in other videos, this isn't in the blueprint. And you're really going beyond that mentality, or you're starting to, the wheels are starting to turn. Like, you are understanding that you have complete control in your life, which then thus, I should say, thus does not, no, thus negates being a victim, correct? So if you have full control of your life, you and the universe, and you're trusting the universe, then there's no room for feeling a victim, because you're the one who chose to stay in that situation. You might not have chosen the betrayal, and you might not have chosen the path that somebody else took that involuntarily harmed you, but I really think that you're getting out of that victim mentality and understanding that you have control over your life. And that is a really freeing principle, that once you grasp that, you're not in the hands, or your vulnerability is not susceptible in the hands of others. And that for me was really freeing when I figured that out. Okay, one more on this one. Disruptions. Yeah, this was a if I could speak, disruption to your creativity and you being able to grow. That's the big thing, is, have you grown in this last time period, on this last timeline, in this challenges and emotional sphere, conflicts, placing money over love, betrayal, this could have been something where, and as Cancers, it's not natural for us to do this, where we put love on the back burner. What happens is we emotionally, and I guess it's not reciprocal, we overinvest in people and things and give to others. We forget ourselves. We sacrifice. I don't know why I'm having a hard time pronunciating. I'm sorry. We self-sacrifice and we overgive. And in doing so, this causes, this causes conflict or resentment after a while, or this causes issues. You could be having quarrels or arguments with kids or family, or when things are out of balance, there's going to be, I heard today, where there is, I can't remember where it was because I was reading a lot, but where there is good, there's always going to be, I guess, bad, or wherever there is, I like to think of it as, wherever there is high vibration, there's going to be low vibration to challenge that. Wherever there is angel energy, there's going to be devil energy, and light energy, dark energy. It's that, the polarities, right? The duality, or the polarities being opposite. And everything comes back around because everything's cyclical. Everything is energy, which means everything's connected and everything is on a cycle, right? The world is round. I've talked about this before too. The moon is round. Cycles are round. Completions, endings from beginning to end, are round. And when I say round, I mean just they're circular. That's what ascension is. It's circular, right? So anything that goes away from you, if there's unfinished business, or if there's ties that need to be uh, cut, with because it's keeping you off balance, right? Then it doesn't mean that it won't lock in and engage at some point, and then can try and balance out to clear up karma and meet in that alignment sense to handle unfinished business. So people who go away, most likely will come back in some form, maybe not in front of you, maybe not in the physical, but maybe through a dream or on the phone, or you pass them on the street or something to balance out that karma. But people always come back around. So to make good, if there is karma that is still due, I guess is my point. So whatever this was that you are deciding, you know what, I'm off balance, whatever it is, in doing so, it's going to help you engage that. It's helping to engage that lower vibration, that overgiving, that not focusing on yourself, not focusing on your mission, maybe in a bad job or in a bad relationship. It's starting to engage now to where that can start to level out, meeting in the middle, in that area that's more balanced and neutral and reciprocal, equal, give and take, reciprocity. So that being said, okay, so what's happening with Cancer at this time? Tell me about at this time right now, because it's something that it shows that you walked away or were letting go, leaving behind in the past. So this is something that you could have already done. So 10 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Oh, wow. Queen of Pentacles. Look at that. This is a relationship, some type of maybe soul tie, or a relationship of somebody who is supposed to be on your vibration, who I think that there was quite a bit of burden walking away from them, because there was burden of this constant wait. Like I mentioned, Cancers just kind of wait and give people the benefit of the doubt. But you could have been waiting for messages. You could have been waiting for direction, some idea of how maybe this relationship was going to proceed, and it just didn't. It was just stalled, or it was something that, now this could be because of, so she's pregnant and there's a baby. So this could have been a different relationship of maybe somebody who was pregnant and had a baby, or this could be about potentially you could have been in the energy, because there's no gender in tarot. You could have been in this energy of this King of Pentacles that is birthing new projects, or, life, or, and yet somebody is behind that, and they're just now, starting to grow, starting to understand. They're just behind you in this learning process. And this could have been involving children. This has really burdened you, because you've been waiting for, you felt like you put in the energy and the time and the blood, sweat, and tears into a relationship, with a job, or with, location, or with the decisions that you made, or with other people, friend groups, with, family, whatever it is. You felt like you put in that energy, but you were only getting back like this Page of Wands, type of reciprocity, which is very little compared to what was given. And this caused great burden for you. The burden came from the instability and the imbalance in that emotional sphere, like that card talked about. So that's why you had to make a decision about, okay, what am I going to do about this relationship? Or this could have been you finding out about a relationship that you were in, and your person went a different direction, chose a different person, chose a different decision, a different path than you. And maybe you as Cancer held on to that, and you had to do what was right for you. But you had given, the fire for you had given out, because you were the only one who was who was really trying to keep that going. Now, what about Cancer's situation or person? Tell me about that. Yeah, they were really holding back on a reciprocal relationship. I think they were giving to others, and this caused a lot of loss and grief. Your person, I think, had hope that they were giving to a situation that they felt was the right direction to go. They felt like uh, they were going to have this collaboration with either a team or with a friend group or with people on their side. There was a great sense of, strength, and I think that, so the star strength, Six of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, and Five of Cups. Uh, this was very much they didn't give to the right thing. They didn't give to you. They didn't give to, or even if it wasn't right, like even if you weren't supposed to be together or you weren't supposed to be at a job, or there was just a lack of respect or maybe a disconnect that incurred a lot of karmic debt because it wasn't handled properly. It wasn't handled with care. It wasn't something that was reciprocal as far as energy to even end whatever it was, to try and balance out that karmic debt. It was just a situation where somebody just, or a boss, or, the job became too heavy and it just gave to somebody else. It gave favor to somebody else, or they gave favor to somebody else, or a family member. This could have been a fight that a family member believed somebody over you, or you were put in a position that you were, for lack of a better word, like framed, and that puts energy out of balance. Anything that intentions that are negative or consequences of actions or words or behaviors, karma is very delicate and it can be knocked out of balance very easily, and it just pisses off the universe. And that's when you have to pay that karmic debt, either instantly or, you could pay it in different lifetimes. That's up to how the universe wants to collect that, to create that balance that became imbalanced in this situation. So where is this taking Cancer now that they've kind of walked away, or where are they going now? Where's Cancer going? Oh, actually, I can flip these because they're two-sided. So give me just a second. Pretty cards. These are from Vibe About It. I love her. She does great cards. My favorites are Gina. Gina's cards, Maruk, Vibe About It. Yeah, those are some of my favorite cards. They're beautiful. I mean, there's so many good cards out there. But, okay. So where is this taking Cancer now? So it says, do not allow your downfall to dictate your future. You may have struggled, you may have downright failed, but your story isn't over yet. Learn from mistakes and take hold of life. So I think that you're in this balance of, you've made the action, you've done the walking away, you have released what you needed to release, or looked at what you need to look at. And in this energy, it's just almost like kind of following up that leftover energy, just really trying to solidify, like it's almost there. What is that number? So 6. So it's like you've maybe made the action or made the change, right? Because 6 is after 5, and 5 is about change. 6 is about that real reflection, looking back and going, okay, so now that I've made the change, now how can I proceed? How do I feel? Do I feel better? Do I feel lighter? Is this a little easier? Are things starting to fall in place? So I think you're just really trying to kind of reflect back on those actions that were taken. You may smug. So this is an 8 card. You may have gone through some things that others can't even imagine. Or you may know more than others. And I very much believe that there is a lot, as us Cancers tend to internalize and transmute, that people don't know we know. People don't understand how intuitive Cancers are and how we can find information that people don't even know that we have, because we are very intuitive and we do have a good sense and understanding of how our intuition works, or we learn throughout life. And it starts at a very early age, because we're a water sign. Things are very fluid for us. And I think that that's what you need to know from this card, is that I think that there are a lot of Cancer stories out there that people would not believe. I know I've been asked by a publishing company to write my story. And Tracy, that I worked with, and that I'm still working with, she's actually written 3 books now. And she wanted me to write my story. to get published on just kind of how things have laid out for me. I haven't done that, but there's a lot to the story that a lot of people would not understand or believe have actually taken place in my life. And I know that that is how it is a lot for cancers. So, and then let's do one more, 2 cut and dry. Now this is a 10 card. So we've gone from 6, 8, 10, right? So it's like taking leaps of faith, jumping forward. You may be too stuck in a certain mindset or outcome when it comes to your viewpoint. So I think that, and this is, let's see, this can ultimately lead to misunderstandings. Again, I think that there's just this trying to put us back into that stoic, that neutral position of allowing the universe to, we just have, you have this blueprint, you have this plan. And I mean, and you don't have to be a Cancer to connect with this. This could connect with any signs. And this could connect with a Cancer placement in your chart. But there's a blueprint or a plan and that you laid out for your life. And I think that most people have, and a way that they think that things are going to go. And when that changes, it's hard to go back to the blueprint that you've trusted and relied on and change the blueprint. Even allowing the universe to do what it's going to do, it kind of throws that blueprint out the window. And I think it's saying that right now it's that part of jumping from 6, 8, 10 and going from, like reflection to looking at yourself to being able to accept the ending or the final the final judgment on the situation right now as it is. Who knows what will happen? Again, the universe brings in opportunities and things that happen that we don't have any clue could have even been an opportunity or an option or an open door. So at the time, it needs to be to, at the time that you finally accept that. And I think you're getting there, but just understanding, okay. And I think for me, at least, it was that I was just so tired. I was so tired of fighting. And a lot of my story is like, I've told parts of it and people have been really blown away. Everybody's story is important. I just don't think that a lot of what people in the spiritual community go through is believed by others who are not awakened. And that is something that they don't understand until they actually go through it when they do wake up. And so for me, it's more like when my kids started to understand that tarot was, that it wasn't evil and that it was real, and that they were asking me for reads and that they could understand the way the energy was working and things kind of played out for them. It almost brought me a lot of gratification for, not to justify, but just to say, like, I didn't lie. This is real. This did happen. This does happen. There's a lot of people out there experiencing it, but if you're closed-minded or still stuck in a box, if you're asleep still, you wouldn't believe a lot of the stuff that the spiritual community has gone through. And I've read 1.5 million comments of people and their stories and what they've been going through, and some of it is just so unbelievable in like the normal boxed in type of mind frame that we used to sit in. Okay, so for cancers, I think you're just tying up those loose ends. You're making those jumps to reflection, to a higher perspective, and being able to accept and allow the universe to kind of just take you where you need to go, float along that river, right? Connecting all of our reads together. That's just kind of what we've always talked about. So for your person, they're too in their masculine, or the situation, the job is too masculine, too self-sufficient, it says. And this is a 7 card. So this is a reflection of themselves. They are so afraid of the unknown. What does it say? Relying solely on oneself can lead to isolation and loneliness. Constantly shouldering all responsibilities without delegating or asking for help can lead to burnout. So you guys are kind of mirroring each other. Again, I mean, I kind of feel like I've been given this message to help those who are maybe mirroring situations or mirroring something in their life, in particular, or a twin flame connection or a soulmate connection, or even with a job. Remember that we create our perspective of the world. We create our world. So what we project out there is what comes back to us. So it is like a mirror situation. If this is a person, though, you are learning in a different manner how to release and how to trust the universe. They are in between those jumping points for you. You were a 6, they're a 7, then you are an 8. I mean, I would laugh if we went up to a 9 with them. Now we don't get into 11, but you know what I mean? Like they're trailing, or you're trailing at some point. It changes in the energy, but you guys are almost learning, or the situation at hand is mimicking or mirroring your situation. And so they're learning about control, you're learning about control, and them having this um, control freak attitude that they have to control everything, but it's not helping them, it's not getting them anywhere. They're still struggling with things, it's not working out, their blueprint isn't working out, right? So this one wants to be seen. Oh, so this is another 7 though. Okay, so fast track to success, achieving one's goals or aspirations more quickly than conventional path. So I think that they like instant gratification, or they're avoiding, they want to be surface level and they don't want to put in the work, or this job was too surface level for you and it didn't help you grow. It didn't, there's situations that aren't helping them grow, and they've been avoiding doing the inner work. And by you doing your work, you're catalyzing, again, lighting that fire that forces them to go through this, the karmic lessons that they're going through. So they want this fast track to success. They want the easy way. They don't want to have to work on things, because working on things makes us dive deeper, and they're safe. They feel safe on the surface level because they have a group squad. They have a group, and we've talked about this before, of people who they feel safe with, whether these people are toxic, whether these people do nothing good for them, whether there is some type of like leader of, this group that controls everything, and they watch that and they think, okay, well, I'm going to control everything, or I need to try and, or this person encourages them to be this way, or this friend group encourages this person in your life, or the person maybe you were in a relationship with, maybe they are bribed or encouraged, baited to come a direction that leads them to, because the squad, and it says, remember, you don't have to do everything alone. You have a whole squad rooting for you, eager to support you. Now, the opposite of that is there may be someone undermining you and your success, making it difficult. I took this in the reverse because this is, they're wanting this fast track, and they are too self-sufficient. So they might need to delegate to the right people and the higher vibration, and trust people that maybe they wouldn't otherwise trust, but that seem to be making good decisions in their life and, vibrating high, and get away from the squad, the ones that are undermining them, the friend group, that's what immediately came to my mind was, this friend group. And maybe they're learning that these people that are in their life, and it could be a friend group, it could be employees, coworkers, it could be family members, it could be kids, whatever is wanting, if they're in a low vibration, the low vibration people understand, just like high vibration people understand, there is power in numbers, but what the low vibration side does not understand, these energies don't understand, is there's greater power in just yourself. And that's what we're learning. So, but those who stay in that power in numbers, it remains there. They don't grow. They just think that they're getting more powerful, but they're getting more powerful in this low vibration, versus it all comes within you, which there's the power and the strength, because it's power, and it's power that is misaligned, and it's power that is it's not equally balanced in a good way, and it's just a lot of chaos and confusion. And that's what devil energy is. That's what our ego and our low vibration is. And so how do you manage a company or a group of friends or a family that continues to struggle for power between each other, and not have self-validation, but look at each other for validation? If somebody's having a pissant day and they don't want to validate somebody and they're mad at somebody, they're going to direct it at that other person, and that person will get mad, and then there's like this conflict and tension, and there's just all this chaos all the time. When you find validation within yourself, isn't that the greatest power? Anyways, I don't know why I got off on that tangent, except for this was talking about squad. So right now they're too much in trying to control their whole life and their whole world, and they want things to come easy because they're not willing to do the work. And they're not willing to do the work a lot because they're being encouraged by, or they're understanding this, they're discovering this, maybe, that there is people around them that are part of the squad that's low vibration, that's keeping them low. Okay, So 44 minutes in, let's find what is the outcome for Cancers in this energy right now? What can Cancers expect? Let's say by like the end of November. It's a really short. I'm not divining too far out. So, okay. So now what's the bottom? Oh, okay. So you might still, as you're trying to wrap all this up, again, I say, where there is light, there's going to be dark. Where there is positive, there's going to be negative. But it's starting to balance where there's less of that, and you're going to start to feel less of that. But there's something about an ex who, the case of the ex, I like that. Case of the ex. So there is an ex job, ex boss, ex family member, ex partner, ex situation. The energy there is an ex won't go away, lingering feelings. Either you could continue to have these lingering feelings for what you walked away from as you're trying to tie this up and trying to step into this new energy, or relationship with the ex. If you're still, hanging on, or there's still some type of ties, that's crossing the listens to gossip or spreads rumor. So this could be because maybe you still are hanging on, or maybe the gossip is that you've decided to take your power back. And so by the end of November, okay, show me more. There's going to be splitting hairs. So I think that what this is saying, and give me, I'm going to take this one actually. Snatched, extremely too hot to handle, very attractive. So your person could have a lot of options, and and there could be a lot of this inner fighting, this inner turmoil, or this could be that you've had a fucking glow up, and this has become something that has caused irritation for either others or a job or a boss or family members, and there's jealousy. Splitting hairs, it says differences are so small, finding fault in something minor, petty distinction. And this is snatched, extremely too hot to handle, very attractive. So there might be issues or jealousies on this side, because they're low vibration. They're used to this. They're used to the rumors and the gossip, and it's going to be in regards to an ex and where you fall along that growing line, where you fall along that, like changing of the situation. So that's what you can expect. Let's look at real quick what will be the next, like what will be next for, well, this was left here, so I'm going to use this one, but what's next for this situation then? So mending, so they're starting to understand. Let's look at the bottom card. Hypnotic, under the influence, can't think for themselves. Wasn't I just talking about that? I was just talking about the squad, right? So in this energy, right, of mending, there's going to still be people around them that they're going to have to understand and learn. Look at the chaos, right? The internal, the inner chaos, the imploding, right? I talked about that. This is going to be something that they really have to start to understand, and it looks like they are. They're finding where this heartbreak, and they're responsible. Like I was talking about in the beginning, we are accountable for staying in situations, and they are accountable for staying in situations with where they've listened to others, and it has caused, or it is causing, heartbreak for some reason. I think that there is some situation that is maybe that they're understanding, and it's now taking hold of what these consequences actually are and what has actually taken place and happened because they listened to others and they didn't get that validation. They didn't have that confidence to grow internally and listen to their own intuition to make the best decision. And they went on a path that was not for their highest good, for the growth of their soul and their path. So they could be in some type of situation where they're coping, or they're using coping mechanisms that are not healthy, drugs, alcohol. This is really hard for them to accept. That they maybe fell for something, or people in their ears, gossip, and self-pleasure, self-satisfying, instantly doing things for you. So again, I was talking about the instant gratification. And I think that maybe they are understanding that they have self-sacrificed themselves for this low energy, or group of people, or situation. It could be money, it could be status, it could be fame, it could be any of the low vibrational situations that people who are not strong enough get, pulled into, like this hurricane, right? Or this tornado, they get pulled into, and they're not strong enough they don't have that inner growth or that inner core stability to keep them from becoming a part of the storm. And I think that is the the issue, is that um, your ex has, is learning, is really trying to mend and start, and you are too, trying to, because you got pulled into this storm until you finally walked away and you decided to, move on. But you're I think that there's a mending of, you're walking away, they're trying to pull it together, and it's because of this storm that has caused them to be pulled in. You were able to pull yourself out of that, out of the storm. And I think they're learning how to do that. They're starting to see things. They're starting to see where the storm lies, is what's really happening on their side. So, okay, so just hang on tight, right? Keep going on the path that is working for you. You know it's right when it all starts to fall in place and it's seamless. When you have to constantly fight, that's when you just surrender and you give up the fight. You give up the fight to the universe, to God, to a higher perspective, a higher source, a higher you that can see things clearly overall. We can only see things from the perspective that we're in, right? In the situations that we're in. But it's working. If things are starting to fall in place, even slowly, little things here and there, baby steps like I've talked about, it's working. You're on the right path. Continue on that right path. And the opportunities, the doors will continue to open for you. And again, let them go through this, because they can't find their core. You couldn't have found your core without going through it. They need to go through it too. Don't enable their karma. Don't enable them, to make it easier for them, because they need to go through the hard stuff, and not have the instant gratification, and they have to do the deep dive, essentially. So hopefully that helps you guys. You guys have a good Sunday. We'll see you on the next video. Bye.